Is this looking at me?
And we're all calmed up. 10 years in the books. Hey, hey, it's your old buddy John from Road Reality.
And me too, me too.
That's right, I put a mic on the old lady's helmet. Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm John. You're watching Road Reality, of course, and today we're doing a two-part quick video on how I set up the camera gear and did some editing for my Gettysburg Bike Week trip with my wife. So we're gonna start with the hardware. Starting with my helmet, nothing in there, okay. This is the Hero 10, but I had the Hero 9, this guy here, before I got the Max Lens mod, on my helmet in this place. This is a placeholder. Anyway, so I had the camera here, mic plugs into it, you can see the mic cord there, and this bundle of wires is my mic cord, and then it comes down here, and you can see my microphone in there. And I've got review videos on all the equipment that I use, and I've got links in the description below if you want to help support the channel. You can buy your stuff through my Amazon affiliate links. They don't cost you any money, but I'm upfront with you. This is the stuff I use. So, we've got our mic, camera. That's camera number 1. Camera number 2, this bad boy, the GoPro Hero Max. This was on the 4-foot Insta360 selfie stick, which was hanging off the engine guard on my bike. That's the basic setup. Then we add this, or no, not with the bag on it, right? You want to see what's actually in here. This is my wife's helmet. Don't tell her, but I borrowed it for this video. I didn't actually ask her permission or anything, but it's a marital asset, right? So anyway, she bought this built helmet, and she likes it. It's a modular, so the front flips up. And then you can see in here, it's got a built-in Sena headset. So what I did was I took her Sena boom and I used gaffer's tape to hold the Rode microphone on here, and just kind of, it's all tucked up in there normally, but I don't know, it's been in a desk drawer for like 6 months. So anyway, it was taped in there, and then I just bundled up the cord behind the cheek pads and the padding and stuff, and I ran it down and out, and then clipped it on her riding jacket. What did I clip? I clipped the transmitter. That's right, I'm getting my terminology right today. So here's a picture of the Rode microphone. You've got the transmitter, you've got a receiver, and you've got the red cord. And that red cord went from the receiver to the media mod, which sits on the Hero 8. Notice the cold shoe here? Yeah, the Rode fits right in there. And I would show you, except, aha, look at that, I'm winning. So this is the microphone I'm currently using. You can see this is the purple Panda, it's clipped right there, that I used on her helmet, rather. Both the transmitter and receiver have clips on the back, so you can clip them on a shirt like I'm doing now, or you can run it right into the cold shoe. And once it's in the cold shoe, I used gaffer's tape around the outside, and that held it in place pretty snugly. Anyway, so yeah, that's how I got the microphone set up and my camera set up, and her camera was on a JAWS mount, and it was the Hero 8, which is right here. It was this Hero 8 with the media mod on it, on a JAWS mount on her handlebars. So that is how I set up the hardware. Now we can do part 2. Let's go into Resolve. Yeah, it's over here. And let's take a look at what we, what I did to do the editing. So here we're in part 1, and you can see a whole bunch of stuff. But what I did was, and I'm going to expand this here, I have multicam clips. You can see I used a lot of stuff in there. But I left my wife, her name is Melissa, I left her stuff by itself, and I created a multicam. You can see that this is a multicam here. And if I open this in the timeline, it takes Resolve a minute to pick up the audio waveform, but you can see that there is Hero 9 and Max. So I was able to select between my 2 camera angles, and I always use the Hero 9 audio in this case because that was hooked to my Purple Panda mic. So back to the rough cut. In here, you can see that I have my multicam on a John video track, and I've got her camera on its own video track. And because her mic's gain was set up to too loud. And you can see here that the Rode Wireless Go has 3 gain settings, low, medium, and high. I had it set on high, unfortunately, but nowadays I just use medium, and that's good enough. That's pretty clear. But her engine is also, or exhaust is really loud. So her bike is really loud. So I just disabled her stuff when she isn't talking, but when she is talking, I bring that audio in so you can hear it. And in some cases, I show her video and play her audio when I want to get her point of view. So for most of it, I used the max footage and I reframed it so that you can see both of us. And I'll expand that a little bigger. But for some of the video, I wanted to show just my vantage point because it's a little bit clearer, I think, and it shows my camera over here, the max, and it also shows her. And that is how I edit it. So this, I'm going to zoom out because this is kind of a proud moment for me, kind of a proud papa moment, if you will. This thing is just bonkers. This is the timeline for the first part. Yes, there's a lot of clips and a lot of cuts. And I've got a total of 4 audio tracks and 5 video tracks. And here I've got cinematic black bars and a cinematic LUT that I've added via adjustment clips in Resolve. So if you want to see a video of how I do some of this stuff, let me know in the comments below. And if you're liking this video, obviously, boop the like button for me. Okay, let's get back to it. So yeah, there's a lot going on in this one. So over here in part 2, it's much of the same. You can see that I use the Hero Max for quite a bit, but I use the Hero 9 as well, especially to show these oncoming bikers. And then I also showed Melissa's vantage point here where she's looking at me because it's always cool to have different vantage points, right? And moving over to Rough Cut Part 3, which ended up being the name of the timeline for Part 3, you can see the end of the series where my GoPro Max died because I forgot to change the batteries. But in here, it's a lot of the same stuff, except I got my phone in there too, and I just killed the audio off of that. But then we use a vantage point of my Hero 9 and hers. So hers is over here. You can see her riding. Then, once I was done with all that, I applied Alex Audio Butler as usual. I've done it for the last 230 videos or so. They didn't pay me for this. They're not asking for this, but I just want to give them a shout out because this product has saved me hundreds of hours. I use it on all my videos, and it does the music ducking. It does a little bit of vocals, bringing the vocals up a little bit, and it just handles all the mixing. So all my volume levels are consistent across the board, and they're all even. So nothing's too loud, nothing's too soft. It just works, and it did great. I also added noise reduction to both of the audio tracks for her mic and my mic so that some of that engine noise is there, but the wind noise and a lot of the other stuff is brought down and the voice is brought up. And that's the behind the scenes of the Epic Tool vlog. It's kind of crazy. It was 14 hours of editing over many nights to get that to where it's watchable. So if you haven't checked out that series, I highly recommend it. A lot of the comments have been very complimentary. People seem to like the back and forth witty banter, or just banter as it were, between my wife and I, and they think she's kind of funny. So I like having her on rides. I'm hoping to do this in the future with her. Funny note, that was the first time I'd mic'd her up. We had no practice beforehand. It was just, hey, I got 5 minutes to set all this up and let's see what happens. And the results speak for themselves. It worked really, really well. So I'm really happy with that. And I hope you enjoyed those videos. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. So until next time, thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. I'm going to leave you a playlist here of some more gear videos that I've got, installs and tests. And then down here, I'm going to leave a playlist for some of the rides I've gone on, which are really the practice for, being able to use the equipment with any kind of confidence and expertise. John out.